What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? Oh, let me come back over here. Y'all can't see me. Let me sauce this down a little bit. What's good, y'all? What's good, man? All right, so I'm just doing some mini dispo here. It's public information. I had to call this Jeshua guy. Just wanted to record this conversation and see what this be like, but he probably heard of this property, man. I'm willing to bet. Bridge Street. And it's after 6:30 up there.
You've reached the voicemail of Joshua Welker.
Yeah.
Get to the phone in time, please. Leave a message and I'll get back with you. Thanks.
Hey, Jess, what's going on, man? This is Winston giving you a call. I see that you're a major player up there in Grand Rapids. Wanted to run a off-market property by you. Give me a shout back, 313. See, I had to mirror his voicemail because I was about to get really like loud and excited. I realized, man, mirroring folks, it's such a underrated strategy, man. But anyway, all right, I'm tired of playing. Here we go. Hey, Matt. Can you hear me? Hello? Uh-oh. Matt, you there? Can you hear me? Maybe I couldn't hear him. Hey, Matt, this is Winston from earlier. Can you hear me? Damn, it's probably him. I'll give it a little bit and let him call me back, or I'll call him later again. But I'm at a point where I'm like, look, man, when I'm making my offers, it's a couple things, right? So I'm already telling them my offers is what I'm seeing, right? I'm not the bad guy. I'm on your team, and I'm letting them know that. Listen, I'm on your team. I just want to let you know. I'm shooting for the stars and the moon here, the moon and the stars, and so I'm just jotting, throwing out numbers that are based on what I'm seeing in the marketplace. Okay, so right now, I know you're negotiating at a price point, a certain price point, but I'm seeing here the serious non-institutional guys that we're talking about here. They're picking up at between $94 to $100 a foot. Okay, that's going to put us at 150 to 160. Or don't say that yet. Say so based on a few determining factors here in the area. I'm getting feedback on a couple things. One, the main thing, it being on a busy street, a main street nearby under a bridge, that may hurt the value when it comes to resale. So that's a concern. Two, it being on the corner. Some families like corner lots, some don't. They're just kind of funny like that up north. I know my mom hated corner lots because it gives, easy access for thieves, burglars, whatever. But that's just, here or there, that sometimes that can shrink in your buyer pool. But and then three, it's going to need a significant amount of work. So if you can combine all those factors together, we're looking at just a little bit less than what you were negotiating at. So looking at about 94 to $100 a foot. And what's interesting is that I'm saying 94. You're like, whoa, 94,000? No, $94 per foot. So your property is 1594 on the square footage. You multiply that by 94, you get about 150. So or $100 a foot, and that takes you up to about 160. So we're at between 150 to 160. Shut my mouth. Oh no, that's too low. Yeah, man, that's not gonna work. You said 150? Just shut up for a minute until he asks a question or until he's about to hang up, right? Just try your best to just sit tight, zap it, zip it, and just see what happens, right? But I'm at a point where I'm like, yo, that's what's that. Because look at this, man. Like this guy's consistently buying these bigger properties for 170. I hope I'm not shooting myself too. Okay. Yeah, that's not the same guy, but this guy's consistently buying them between 170, yeah, between 170 190. It kind of probably depends on where he's at in this neighborhood, but give or take, I mean, this is like the same pocket, same area. However, man, he is hugging the interstate. Like there's a freaking bridge right here, bro. Like he is hugging that. So I gotta be like careful and cognizant of all that. And I gotta just be like, yo, all this is beautiful. Like it's a ton of buyer activity. They're kind of all over the place. They're buying it. They're buying it at 102 bucks a foot on average. Now, if I'm offering $102 a foot, that ain't leaving me with nothing but freaking two grand, a $2,500 fee. But I think I can turn it up just a little bit. I can squeeze maybe 107 or 110 a foot out of that. Um, but or maybe not. Maybe I should just go off the raw averages and be like, look, man, it's right here in my face. Just stop like literally trying to outdo the data and just say, hey, here's the numbers. I got flipper data. They're buying it on average. I can just say this. They're buying it on average price point between 115 and 167. Now, granted, that's because of some of them are smaller properties, but between 115 and 167, and then you got $102 a foot. $80 to $118 a foot. So the average price point comes out to 147. Now, because it's a bigger property, because this is like skewed across different properties, I'm going to go on a limb and say 160 is more so the average of where we can get it at. Or just be like 150, man. Like I think we can get 150 out of this and make it work. I can figure that out, but there's a way to play with this. But you got to be careful, man, because some of this data some of it sometimes you got to take it with a grain of salt. And then the fact that it's playing a game of 2 miles out. So if I may be shortening it, I'm 2 years out. All right. If I did 1 mile in the last 6 months, maybe that's something that's, let me download this first, more realistic. So then if I come back and say, hey, let's just tighten it up to a year, oh shit, even a mile in 6 months, it's still the same. 148, it went up a grand, uh, and it went down on the square. Well, no, it went up on the square footage. 121 a foot. Damn. So 121 a foot is 187. Yo, I like that because I think it can go for 175 to 185. And that's why he's dealing with what he's dealing with, because he got wholesalers that don't know what the hell they're doing, and they're locking them up too high at 210. Then they're trying to go back and renegotiate and do all this crap. And I'm like, yo, these people are not buyers, man. You know what I'm saying? They're joshing you, man. Anyway, all right. So I called him twice. I'll text him and say, hey, sounds like you got bad reception. Give me a shout.